than this. And like, but people
Yeah.
from other teams and other cultures, they're not used to that, dog. We used to win all the time. So our mindset was different. You know what I'm saying? So I realized once I left Central that everything else wasn't like that, dog.
Yeah. People okay with losing and going home. And like even the coaches, man, my coach said, hey, let's just win 6 games and work on our conference. I say, coach, no, we don't do that. We win all our games in, then that means we win the conference too. No,
Right.
Work on 6 games, just focus on the 6 games. We automatically know, coach. If you win all of them, we automatically do that anyway, man. Then coach had an argument about this because I don't want to lose no game. He's okay with losing games.
None.
Stupid. I'm like, all you do is pass lines? Man, I want to hit somebody. They're over here dying across the line. They ain't sit right with me. I'm like, I'm struggling to cross the line. Like, man, this is not right. I think I need to go back to football.
Oh, I used to remember watching y'all, boy. I was like, no way. I'm not doing that. That quarter? Man, that thing was something serious, huh?
I used to be like sitting there. I used to be like, I got to run today, Coach Bro. He's like, nope. I used to be like, yes. The whole I used to be like, yes. And he's like, you got to run. I used to be like, oh, shoot. Like, my heart just dropped, bro. Now I be telling Mom I got to run, and she'll come. Man, I'll come in 4th place, dead, can't breathe. I don't want to take pictures. I'm like, my just lost. Like, I want to take a picture. Like, I can't even breathe. I can't even see. It's all black right now, man. I don't want to take no pictures of coming in 4th place. I want to go back to football, man.
I was just doing that, man, traveling, and next thing you know, a year later, I ended up on a TV show. Like I had no idea, no ideas. I'm like, bro, I don't know what. Be honest with you, I didn't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. No idea. Like life is crazy. Life will have you ending up, in different places. That's why like the whole 5-year plan is like irrelevant. It's about what you do today.
Right. I like that.
Or, it's what you do today, next week. You get what I'm saying? Like what you manifest now. Because you don't know what you're going to do in 5 years. You don't know what life turn. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing Turo now, and I didn't even know I was going to get backed by a crowd-funded loan, to go buy me like 3-4 more cars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm in the process of trying to do that now. So it's like I'm running the whole business and didn't even know that this business is going to grow and stuff like that, and or the modeling thing was going to do anything. And now, doing the credit, like I have my mind wasn't. No, it's absolutely crazy, man. But if you stay positive, man, you keep doing something, you're gonna end up doing something well.
I can handle my old linemen now, right? And I can handle them, and then it's to be like, y'all can handle us, and y'all can go handle them. Like it was.
Man, game day was so easy, boss. Easy,
yeah, man.
Easy, man. It's that hard work we put in. Remember them bad boys?
Man, Ali was just talking about that the other day, man. I used to be coming in, snot coming out my nose, man, just trying to make 45 seconds. And, man, even though you would be in your 5th period, 6th period class, your heart is beating like, dang, I got bad boys today. Or I got 10s today. Like, yo, everybody get to go home. Your heart beating. You got the butterflies.
Man, I remember those days, boy. I remember those days, man.
All right.
Boom. We in the gym. Fucking the EJ's gym. A guide to elevate your mindset. Yo, I got another special guest on the line, Miami Central Rocket original. I'll let him introduce himself.
Yo, what they do, man? This Marcus, man, out of Miami, man. Miami Central, number 2, class of 2003.
Okay, big Marcus Daniels. Yo, hey, Marcus, look, I'm going to tell you that. I remember back, because we graduated together when we were freshmen. You played with Willis and them boys.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me that experience with that team, because that was a power team right there, dog.
Man, that experience there was like none other, man.
Mm-hmm.
So coming in there, you know, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Man, to take you back to that day, let me tell you, all right, as a ninth grader coming from eighth grade, coming from middle school, and then seeing the size of them guys, man,
Huge.
the size of Willis, the size of, remember Hands, the
Yes.
linebacker?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Right.
Yo, listen, man, just being on the field with them, because man, I had a choice to say no. Like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, man, I stayed out and played with everybody else. I mean, I just took myself to that level,
Right.
and I had to make it happen. Because,
Mm-hmm.
man, them boys were hitting too.
Right. 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 Right.
Them boys wasn't playing. So man, I just took that, took that chance because the coaches saw something in me. Like, I believe we was in practice, and I don't know which coach it was, but they saw something in me, and it was like, hey man, how about playing varsity? I was like, varsity. I was like, man, y'all crazy, man. Yeah, so I practiced 1 week with JV,
Right.
and then that next week, man, I went straight up to varsity. So like since that day, I ain't know nothing about playing varsity. So like I went straight to I ain't know nothing about JV. I went straight to varsity.
Right. 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 And on a power team, though.
Yeah, power team. Right. I had a wake up call.
Mm.
So Coach Rose put me on that. I ran that 100 meter. I'm like, all right, man, let's go, man, let's go. And I did it this is my first real track meet race in 100 in high school. So I got some people on them. I can't remember the name, so I already knew. I'm finna beat these cats because I know I'm gonna beat them because I'm faster than them.
Right.
All right. So, so you know how it is in them track meets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like before you line up, everybody ranking, everybody joking like, all right, man, I see y'all boys at the end, man. Y'all tell me how the back of my jersey look when I'm, like running.
Yeah.
So we get down in the blocks on your mark, set, bah, gun, like the gun go off.
Yeah.
I'm running. I'm running. By the time like I was like halfway down the track, everybody behind me. I'm blazing, EJ. I'm blazing. By the time I by the time I got down the track some more, it's like I was ahead and I started going backwards. And listen, everybody that was on that line, they shot past me, dog.
Wow.
When I say I came last in that race. I came last. Not because I was slow, because of the technique that I did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So when I when I got to the end, everybody laughing at me, dog. You talking about embarrassed. Marcus Daines coming last, 8th place at a track meet. Never again. That would never happen again. So, so I can tell you off real what happened. Like when we watched film, and I think it was Ant-Man that came and told me first. He said, "Man, I know you was gonna lose that race as soon as you started." I was like, "But I was ahead." I said, "These boys faster than you." He was like, "Them boys, hell no, they not faster than you." He was like, you jumped out the blocks and stood straight up.
Yeah.
You stood straight up. Like, that's why you jumped out in front of everybody and you thought you was going to win. And then by the time you hit your max speed, them boys were just picking up their speed. And that's how you lost the race. And when I saw the film, like when we watched film, man, like that jump was so, that was like the worst. Wow. It looked so bad on film, dog. That would never happen again.
Got you. So just as an athlete, as a receiver, how did just track help you, period? Because I know it helped you with the hamstring, but you're a wide receiver and you had speed. So how did track help you overall?
The track helped me overall with not just the speed and strengthening up my legs, my quads, my hamstring, and all the areas that you might need to use, all the different, all the different muscles that you might need to use for stopping and going and transition from going left to right to, to running your combat route to getting out of your brace is basically control.
Mm-hmm.
That's what track did for me, how to control my speed, because I had no control. As you can see,
Mm-hmm.
8th place on my first track meet, 8th place, because I had
Right.
no control. I was just running,
Mm-hmm.
going with the wind.
Yeah.
So what track did for me was teach me how to control my speed. That
Mm-hmm.
is the one thing that track did for me with Coach Rose, that it took me all through college, because my college at Rutgers, they didn't let us run track. So they didn't let us,
Really?
so it was no control. Nah, man, we tried, but man, really, we trust me, man, we tried every year. They only let a couple people run track on our
Oh,
football team, and we
man.
felt some type of way, but that's another story. But
Wow.
they did not let us run track at
Wow.
all. You
Wow.
literally, you was football, and that was it. Ain't no other sport.
Man, I would think that would be the opposite, man. But before we get to that, man, because I know you play
Mm-hmm.
with some ballers over there, man. At
Mm-hmm.
Central, you are a legend, but you played with some legend and you ran with one, Batman, Newt. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
played with Willie and those guys. Like out of all those guys, like what did you learn the most from anybody out of Miami Central? From Miami Central.
Well, um, with Batman, especially Batman, since he ran with the best of the best of the best. With him, at Central, especially with track and football, because he did used to come back to the games. It was like basically the consistency. That's what I learned from him. And Batman. I grew up with Batman.
Mm-hmm.
He been Batman before he was Batman,
Right.
because he was consistent with it. Like he never took no days off. He never took no days off. He was always training. He was always, so he had it in his head since he was young that I want to be the best, and he did everything it took to be the best, and that's why he is the best. So when you
He's the
bring up
best.
Rashawn Jackson,
Yes.
you look up fastest time in the world this year, fastest time in the world that year.
Metal.
Bronze Olympic gold medalist.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's insane. Like you have
It
to be
is.
insane to
It
take
is.
it to them levels. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
So
It is.
that's what I learned from him. That's what I learned from like the Batman, the Nukes is, the Nukes is just not caring. Like how Nuke play with us, he just don't care. I'm finna go out there and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do A, B, and C. That's what I'm doing. So
That's
that's
it.
what I learned from them guys, and that's how we grew up in Miami. Like just not caring. Like
Mm-hmm.
just go out there and be who you are.
Right.
And and that's another story that I'm gonna get into when we get into another subject about college.
Right. Funny you say that about Batman, man, because I end up going to St. Aug, man, and Batman was the only person I knew up here because he was I guess he was supposed to go to South Carolina, and I'll get Batman on the line too, man. But
Mm-hmm.
we ended up at the same college, man, and he was doing this thing up here too. We had our track coach is actually one of the Olympic coaches, and Batman,
Mm-hmm.
man, I don't think that dude. I don't think I ever saw him lose until I don't know if that was 2008 when he was running in the trials and then he hit the hurdle and then I
Yeah,
don't know if you
yeah.
watched. That was the only like
Mm-hmm.
from high school to college. I think that was the only time I saw him lose, dog.
Man, I seen him lose a couple times, but it wasn't that the guys was faster than him. It didn't like the funny part about Batman is short
Mm-hmm.
compared to his opponents.
Yes,
His
he
opponent
is.
was my height and taller, like running
Right,
like doing the 400 hurdles. So
right.
Batman was always the shortest one, but he was like I said, he had the hunger
That want to.
and like he was destined to just do it, and
Right.
that's what took him so far, because he was hungry and he grind so hard, and he had the people in this corner to keep pushing him and telling him that, yo, like man, you could do it, like. And like I said, like we've been bred to do this stuff since we was young. Like
Yeah.
if people don't know anything about Miami, like we started this at a young age, and ain't nothing, like we are superstars from the time that we hit the field or the track or the court or like whatever it is that we doing.
Right.
We are bred young to be superstars, so
Mm-hmm.
we already have a name for ourselves before we even hit puberty, dog.
Right. Which
Before
is
we
true.
get one hair, like we got a name for ourselves, yo.
Which is true. But last thing I'm gonna say about Batman, I don't know if you follow him, but you should check his son out. Man, his son is a beast.
Man, I follow his son,
and
his
daughter.
man, all
Man,
them beasts, man.
All right. Boom. We in the gym. Welcome to EJ's Gym, a guide to elevate your mindset. Special edition. Conversations with EJ's Gym. I'm gonna let my guest introduce himself.
Yo, what up? What up? What up? What up? What up? It's your boy D Nizzle. Nah.
Dino, what's good,
EJ,
man?
it's been a long time, man.
Long time.
Man, my name's Dennis Brown. Everybody knows me as Dino. I come from from Miami streets and Miami Central. All-Star, whatever it is, back. You can name a list of it. And
right.
Yeah, man, been a journey, and I'm here now. You know what I'm saying? I'm on EJ's Gym. About to drop a few jewels,
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. And I had to go back, right? Because you remember I played with Courtney. I graduated with Courtney, man. And I remember you were behind Courtney. And I know you were like, you were ready to do your thing, because I remember a few games we blew a few guys out and you got in the game. I was like, okay, look at Dino. So I always wondered what you guys did after. I know you guys did even better. Did you guys go to state? Like, what happened?
Yeah, no, I was behind Courtney. Courtney, definitely was a great quarterback. Definitely molded me to, who I am today. You know what I'm saying? Getting a chance to really see and learn a lot from the guy, But after that, man, I ended up breaking my wrist. So, yeah, man, I was out for like 5 or 6 games. But, some of the games that I came back, I did show a lot of, even with a broke wrist. You get what I'm saying? So my junior year wasn't the best year, but I came back strong my senior year. Was like number 1 in the county, basically, runner-up from like, the Wendy's, all of that stuff. Got invited to Perry Jungle, Kenny Phillips and, all the big time guys and things of that nature. So, I had a good year. It took me 1 year to get me where I need to be. So, God is good, and got a chance to really do what I chose to do, which is play ball onto the next level.
That's cool, man. So what was your transition there? So after Central, like your pool of schools, like who was recruiting you?
I had quite a few schools, man. Initially I didn't want to leave South Florida, sorry about that. Initially, I didn't want to leave South Florida. I had FIU, I had South Florida. I had Kansas State, actually. I went to 5 visits. I took all my visits. I wasn't one of the ones like mid early. The business was fun. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I never had a cell phone until I started taking my visits in high school. Right. So my mom got me a cell phone like mid senior year. You know what I'm saying? And I went to Eastern Michigan. I went to Pittsburgh. Dave Wanstead, the Dolphins head coach. They came to my sat down in my living room. Was like, nah, we want him. Yeah. So I flew up to Pittsburgh. It was great. I just didn't like it was just too many Florida boys. I probably would have so then I went to UConn. Well, UConn was the most boringest trip I ever had. I was like, all right, this is where I want to go. Like, I'm going to UConn. Fuck it, they was just building a new facility. And they had just went to the bowl game the year before. The quarterback was leaving. So it was like, all right, cool. They don't really have a starter, but they do have 2 guys that was, ahead of me. And I was like, I can go beat those guys out. There's nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's that confidence.
Right. I was like, all right, they ain't got no star quarterback. And they ended up bringing the guy the same year as me, freshman, and I ended up beating him out. He left. But the transition was pretty cool, man. I can't say it was a culture shock. Coming from predominantly white, being the guy to not being the guy again somewhere far from home where you got to prove yourself all over again. So the transition was a little tough, but the skills took over, the instincts took over, and everything just became natural. Right.
All right. So, and I know you ended up transferring to Norfolk State. What was the reason behind that?
Yeah. So, I played. So it was a weird situation where the quarterbacks got hurt my freshman year, so they had to pull me out my red shirt. And man, I played a very good game against Rutgers. That was, Marcus Daniels and
Yeah, I remember Willie.
Willie and all of those guys. So
Right.
like after that game, the coaches was like, "Oh wow, he can play." So I continued to play for the remainder of the season. And I ended up having another start against West Virginia. Obviously West Virginia would beat the brakes of them, but still played well and had the chance to finish, some of the season. And it took away my red shirt, So then I ended up redshirting the following year. The following year we went like 4-8 or something like that.
Yeah.
So if I would have redshirted my freshman year, my true freshman year, I would have played every down the next season because I was going to play again. They was like, "Nah, we're not going to do that to you." You know what I'm saying? We need you for another year, stuff like that. Because
right.
what happened was I wasted a whole year just to play 3 games. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So yeah, so that kind of ruined a lot of things at UConn because the following year they ended up bringing in a redshirt junior guy. It was kind of weird, man, and it was my first time really learning that it's politics to this. It ain't sports, right? So the guy comes in. We have for all the good players and the top players and stuff like that, they get invited to like this what do you call it? The alumni booster club dinner, right?
Oh.
Yeah. So the guy came in, he got invited to the booster club dinner, the whole nine. I'm like, wait, what? I ain't get invited? Hold on, what's going on here? So
right.
It was weird. And it was the first time I really understood, like that was my first time really seeing like, okay, this is not about skills. It's not about, what the team say. It's
right.
about what these boosters are going to pay who, you know what I'm saying? It became a money situation. And it was like, I've been there for 2 years and it was like, well, Dennis, you guys at the same level. It was never, hey, Dennis, it's your job to lose. You get what I'm saying? So he never really had the confidence in me, not understanding why, but just didn't. Never understood that, but it's all good. So then we ended up going to camp. I beat him out in camp, but they still named him the quarterback. So
wow.
Weird, yeah.
Yeah. But you had confidence in yourself, though, I bet.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole team was a little weird, you know what I'm saying, about it, because throughout that whole winter and training camp and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I never lost a winter training session against anybody, running backs, linebackers, whoever. Like I was always number one when it came to like the working out part on the field, whatever. And they voted for captain. I was supposed to be a captain that year. The coach didn't want to make me a captain because I compete for a job. Straight up, told me straight up like that. Everybody voted for me.
Wow.
Captain. Yeah. Wow. But they didn't make me a captain. So they end up, after like the first week of training camp, they named him a starter. So it was weird. And it was like this. His roommate named DJ Hernandez. You remember the Hernandez, like the guy that killed himself at Florida? So his brother.
Brother. Yeah.
His brother DJ came to me one day and was like, "Hey man, keep doing what you're doing, man. Tyler is like," that was the quarterback name that came out. He was like, "Tyler's nervous. He's not going to play." If you get what I'm saying. So I was doing the thing. I was doing the percentages, at camp. You know what I'm saying? I was edging out, and all of a sudden, like that was it. It was a wrap. I was shocked. I was like, I didn't even want to beat it no more. You know what I'm saying? So, because it was like, damn, another year sitting on the bench. Like it was just doing something to my mental. Not learning, not understanding. Like, you still got time. You get what I'm saying? So I still had 3 seasons left or something like that. This season and 2 more. And he only had 2, which I would have had another season, but I didn't want to wait that long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I ended up going through the season and played about 7 or 8 games. I didn't start any, but played well. And then it was just like, I want to get out of here. And because my attitude was changing, the whole person that I was before then was not the same person. So it was just like, it was time for me to go.
Right.
It was time for me to go. I was being, rude. I was being disrespectful. And it was just, I needed to change the scenery because football was everything to me.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like I don't know nothing else but football at this time. I don't care about school. I play football. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm a smart kid.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Just that wasn't, I probably wouldn't have went to school if I, you know what I'm saying? Like if it weren't for football. Just being real. a lot of kids feel the same way. So so that's how it happened. I ended up transitioning to Norfolk State, which it was all right. Just a very different, very culture shock. You just didn't know who was on the football team come camp. You know, you like, damn, you was on the football team? Like, where everybody at? Like, it was weird. Like
HBCU, baby. I graduated from one.
Oh my God. Well, when I tell you we didn't have a quarterback coach, no strength coach, I was like, man, what decision did I make? And next thing you know, the quarterback ended up getting hurt for like the season. I was like, damn, I left at the wrong time. Yeah, man, it was
Wow.
bad. It was really bad.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I played all right, man. I played down to the level of like, what I had. You get what I'm saying? So but other than that, man, it was a good career, man. I felt like I still made the right decision to leave. I had a chance to start 2 years. I did what I love to do, and I couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, I saw some highlights, man. You made a little cut up for the NFL, and you did pretty well, man. I didn't know you could tote the rock like that. No.
No, me neither, man. I really didn't like running the ball, but that's we were running like high school plays at Norfolk State. You know what I'm saying? We were doing like in and out, like 86, 88, 87, 88. I was like, okay, all right, cool.
I get it, man. I graduated from an HBCU, man, so I get it. It's a different level of football, and coming from what we come from playing football, it's like dropping your level down because you know how our practices were and how our team was. We were good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just had a lot of guys that just know they wasn't going to the next level, just playing just to play. You get what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, it was fun because, you really had a life that you kind of really didn't have a life. You know what I'm saying? It was like, class from 8 to 12, meetings from 1:25 to like 3, and then practice 3 to 5:30. You know what I'm saying? Training table 6, 6:30, and then you got film a study hall from 7 to 9. You know what I mean? It's every day. Every day. You feel me? So it was easy to get in trouble at UConn because it was just like too structured. You know what I'm saying? A lot of kids get in trouble, shit like that. But I liked that though. And when I went to UConn, when I went to Norfolk State, it was you had to be 100% accountable for yourself. Like go to class, pick your own schedule. You had no academic advisors, none of that shit. So it was. I was like, man, boy, this is different. Very different. I walked out the first night I walked in where I stayed at, bro. I said, boy, did I make the right decision? But it smelled like straight weed everywhere, and I'm like, oh my God. Damn.
Dude, isn't that crazy how you can go from one school to another school, predominantly white school, at HBCU, and see the difference in money and resources and everything, dog?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, absolutely. No resources. Money is always an issue. Every year is the same.
Every year.
Money. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm done with it. Like, don't even, I know what the situation we're going to say. Like, it's redundant. Just know, absolutely football is the main program there, but there's no focus around it to, there was no structure. You get what I'm saying? And I don't know if it was just the people who never came from a program or anything like that, or they just was just lazy to just say, all right, it is what it is. We're going to, you know what I'm saying? We just never really had nobody say, to come in, we're going to change this shit right now. We're going to make sure you got academic advisors. We're going to make sure that we have every position coach. Don't care, So you didn't have that person there. But I guess they never really came from a program where it was ran different, But it was no excuse or anything like that. But it's just more of a eye opener. Like you're gonna play down to that level because nobody there is majority of the kids there ain't there to play ball. They just playing ball because that's what they're supposed to do. Right. You get what I'm saying? So, that D1 level, you got like 40, 50 people trying to get to the next level. Right. So it's competition every day. You got to be on P's and Q's. You get what I'm saying? So there it is. but it was fun though. I love Norfolk State. The people were great, man. If it weren't for a lot of people like the family there in Norfolk State, man, I probably wouldn't have made it through. Man, it was good. So
yeah. That's one thing you do get with the HBCU is that family feel, and people do actually care about each other. You're not just, it don't seem like you're just a number compared to like at a bigger school.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're just a number at the big school, to be honest with you.
Right.
You know, you're the big time player, you know. But, you know, at Norfolk, man, I had like so many families I can go take their cars.
Right.
You know, I had a family, I was stuck like 5 a.m. in the morning to go do a workout for the UFL. And somebody was supposed to pick me up, but they played me. They ain't never picked me up. So I was up. Like, it was like 3, 4 in the morning, boy. I was like in the middle of nowhere. Like, up, boy. So I'm calling. My sister and them, I called my sister. They came and picked me up like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. And I had a workout at like 7 in the morning for the UFL. And I killed it. You know what I'm saying? I ended up signing a deal with them. You remember the UFL? I don't know if you remember.
Yeah.
It was like for like 2 years. That's when the lockout and stuff like that. So it was pretty good, man. I signed a 1-year deal, $50,000. But I ended up getting cut though because of Pat White.
I remember Pat White, West Virginia. He was a beast.
Yeah, he was a beast. Yeah, but the funny thing, they were only taking 3 quarterbacks. They was taking me. Marty Schottenheimer was the coach. It was taking me. It was some Vince McMahon or something like that, and some other quarterback. And then when the lockout happened, Pat White became on the market. So they just was like, "Oh, sorry, man, we're gonna take Pat White, this, that, and the third." I'm like, "Fuck!" They had them to send me the playbook. I got the football. I'm on my way. They flying me back up to Norfolk, and they just like a few days before, because I had a signing at Hooters because it was a local thing, right? So I had already signed, and it was in the papers. So all of the Virginia pilot calling me, this, that, and the third. They're like, "All right, cool. We got a sign it for you at Hooters or whatnot. Sign autographs." That's how, you know, you make your money and stuff like that. The next thing you know, like probably like a few days before, they called me and was like, "Hey, look, man, we're not going to be able to bring you up, man. And, you know, we only taking 3 quarterbacks. Pat White became on the market.
Wow.
You know, out, and they cut me, bro. It was a wrap, bro. I was like, fuck. Yeah.
So wow. So I mean, that was my next question anyway. Your transition from Norfolk to like after, you know, college, like what was your experience like trying to go pro or going pro?
Yeah. So I end up like right after the draft. So I left school early. I didn't even graduate on time or anything like that, because I just, like I said, I was trying to get to the league. School wasn't really my ordeal. You get what I'm saying? Like, right. I could do a job anywhere. I'm sales or whatever. You know, I sold chips and juices in school, so I can make money. And I'm already a smart kid, like very savvy. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna leave school. I left school. Calgary Stampeders picked me up, signed a 3-year deal. You know, pretty good money. 3-year deal, quarterback. So I was there from like May. So we had a mini camp. I beat the other quarterback out in mini camp. He was already there for a year, beat him out. So then they had 3 quarterbacks. I was the 4th quarterback going in. They were going to keep 3, right? Keep 2 and keep 1 on the practice squad. That makes sense. So I end up going, making it to camp. So obviously I get one or 2 reps a day at camp. 1 or 2, that's it. That's it, bro. Like it's like 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. You know what I'm saying? Then 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can't even get in the rhythm.
Bro, I would literally get 1 or 2 reps a day, right? So we're going into our first game, whatever, right? Before that even happened, the coach kind of be like, "Hey, look, man, you good, man? Don't worry about it. You know, just take your time, man. We like what you got doing. You're like our Vince Young, like." It was crazy, like how they talk to you, right? So I'm like, I call my mom. I'm like, "Mom, I done made the team. This, that, and the third. Ooh, you feel me?"
Yeah.
Next thing you know, like the first game comes, just like July. Yeah, around July. That's like preseason. You know what I'm saying? Guy get hurt. American get hurt or something like that, right? And then next thing you know, they bump me out. They come out. They was like, "Dennis, bring your playbook and everything like that." I was like, "Wait, what? Hold on. Hold on. What's going on here, bro? Like y'all really about to cut me? After what? What y'all cut me for? Bro, I get 1 rep a day. I get 1 rep a day. What's going on? Like, And then the other quarterback, I was way better than the third string. The second string
Right.
guy, he was lit. He was lit. The second string guy was lit. I ain't gonna lie, he was lit.
Uh-huh.
And like the third string guy, I was basically beating him out. Every time I get in there, complete pass, all right, go back. Gotta wait another hour before I go back in. It's a running play. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the training rooms. I'm watching the film every day. You know, doing what I gotta do. Staying after practice, ice tub, doing everything I gotta do. You feel me? I'm in the facility longer than everybody. You feel me? So it's like even on my day off, nigga was going to the facility. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Watching with the coaches throwing out there. I was out there with the head coach throwing the ball with the head coach. I just chilling. He just teaching me the game.
Right.
So they cut me, bro, and they was like, all right, look, man, what we're gonna try to do is, we're gonna keep our eyes on you. We're gonna let a few teams know, we let you go, so you can go either to, their team or, do some arena or whatever, and then we'll try to bring you back up in like September when the season starts, like, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? August, September. Never got a phone call. Wow. Never got a phone call. So then that's when I went back to school and I finished up, bro. I had like 12 credits left or something like that, 13 credits left. And it was the weirdest because it's like I left school early. I'm not in the league. You know what I'm saying? I ended up working out for Philly. I didn't even mention that. I ended up working out for Philly, but nothing ever happened there. And it was weird because I'm back on campus, right? Everybody like, okay, like, what you doing? It was the most embarrassing moment.
Really?
Yeah, man, it was embarrassing. And that's when after I graduated, right? After I graduated, it was like May 7th. The day before that, that's when I did my tryouts and everything with the UFL, and they ended up signing me or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I had to go through a whole year from like first semester to second semester just on campus. So I had to make money because they wasn't gonna pay for my school. You know what I'm saying? Like the AD and everything was trying to tell me, like, I was telling you don't leave this, that, the third, whatever. I'm like, man, all right, man. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, I had to take out a little loan to finish up. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell kids nowadays, man, like these individuals that you're dealing with now, like they were once in your position. They understand this, they understand things. Not saying that you have to listen to them, but at the end of the day, they're not gonna give you everything that you want. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't ever trust anybody. Believe in what you believe in and go do what you do. Because I put my belief, I put my time, I put my work, and I still had to pay for my own school after all that I went through. You get what I'm saying? So they ended up paying for like a semester, and that was about it. And then I ended up having to take out like $10,000-$12,000 to finish up my last bit of school. You feel me? So, yeah, man, it was tough mentally. It was tough because that's all I knew was ball, and the transition was really hard, bro. I see it through a lot of people, but luckily I'm savvy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of guys who are not really savvy like that. They go from going to that, doing this, and go to UPS after that. Like, you know what I mean? They do all of that to make $12, $14 an hour. You know, I wasn't, that ain't enough for me. You get what I'm saying? I always knew what I was worth. Yeah. So, you know, the transition to regular life, you know, from playing ball, you know, getting cut and stuff like that was like a mental drain in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody that I knew from Miami growing up was like, well, you ain't in the league. You get what I'm saying? You ain't in the league. Like, you hearing that, it's just like, yeah, here we go again. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't know if it was genuine or if it was just like trying to find out something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it is what it is. But transition was pretty tough. It took me a long time to get over it. You know what I'm saying? It took me like 5, 6, 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So what you doing that in between time?
I was working. I was doing the corporate world. I was reffing. And people were trying to get me to coach and everything like that. I just didn't want to coach because I know, you know, I took the game serious. I was a different breed. You know what I'm saying? From high school to college, you know, I took the game too serious. And to come up nowadays and see the kids, they don't take the game as serious like that. I couldn't be a part of that. You get what I'm saying? They still drinking, they still doing this. And I was one of the guys who I never had sex during the season, never drink, never smoke. I was like, let's get it. I knew how serious it was every game. And I always wanted my reputation to be, you know, Dino brung it all every game. You know what I'm saying? I never was hurt, never missed a game in college. So Yeah, man, I took it serious. I treated my body well, and that's why still today, man, I feel like I still can play, but it is what it is too.
You never know. After this interview, somebody might send you a contract now.
Nah, man, I don't even want to play no more, man. I've been out the game too long, man.
Right.
I don't know how these kids play nowadays. You feel me?
Man. All right. So now you got into modeling and acting. So how did you get into that stuff?
Man, I don't even know how I got into it, man.
Really?
If I had to, no, at all. So I mean, so what happened was, I was in the corporate world and it just wasn't feeling right. I was making great money. I was IT sales and stuff like that. I bought my crib at like 27. I had a few cars. I was doing what I was supposed to do, but it just felt like it wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how I am. Sometimes I just feel like it's not enough. So at one point I was just like, you know what, man, I'm done with this. And I had some money saved up, and I was just like, you know what, let me just go and take out, just see what's out there. You get what I'm saying? And next thing you know, like I saw like these modeling and stuff like that. I took some pictures. I went to these agencies, and next thing you know, I just started getting booked and doing jobs. I was like, okay, cool. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Getting 500. Like my first job was $2,000. It was like $2,500. Like that was my first gig that I booked.
Right.
It was like an HIV commercial, some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, they paying like this? I it take you about a good 36 days before you get your pay. So I was like, oh, okay, dang. So I had to ramp up. So you got to ramp up. You got to do as many auditions, get bookings and stuff like that. So started doing it and became pretty cool. I had a lot of time and I was just doing that, man, traveling. And next thing you know, a year later, I ended up on a TV show. Like I had no idea, no ideas. I'm like, bro, I don't know what. Be honest with you, I didn't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. No idea. Like life is crazy. Life will have you ending up, in different places. That's why like the whole 5-year plan is like irrelevant. It's about what you do today.
Right. I like that.
Or, it's what you do today, next week. You get what I'm saying? Like what you manifest now, because you don't know what you're going to do in 5 years. You don't know what life turn. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing Turo now, and I didn't even know I was going to get backed by a crowd-funded loan. To go buy me like 3-4 more cars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm in the process of trying to do that now. So it's like I'm running the whole business and didn't even know that this business is going to grow and stuff like that, and or the modeling thing was going to do anything. And now doing the credit, like I had my mind wasn't. No, it's absolutely crazy, man. But if you stay positive, man, you keep doing something, you're gonna end up doing something well.
All right. Boom. We in the gym. Welcome to EJ's Gym. A guide to elevate your mindset. Yo, conversations with EJ's Gym. I got my boy on the line. I'll let him introduce himself.
What's good, man? What's good, EJ? Happy to be here. My name is Chevin Pace, from Miami, Florida, coming out, representing, them Rockets, green and white.
Woo!
Acting Zip alumni, Matt champion.
Huh?
That's what it is.
That's what's up, man. Hey, you been following them Central boys, man?
Yeah, man. Them boys just did 46 zip.
46 zips. Another state championship, dog.
Yeah, man.
Them boys doing that thing, man. Hey, I have a legendary linebacker. Anybody from the crib, anybody from Miami, they know about that lineup. They know about them boys. They know about them rock boys. I know them young boys doing their thing right now, but you guys set it off. Our group, we set it off. Even before that, you know what I'm saying? We had legends even way before our young guys doing their thing right now who set the foundation for us. You know what I mean? So this is a legend. You know what I mean? That number 10. So where you want to start off, man? You want to talk about high school or how you want to do it, man?
We can start with high school. I mean, that's where, a lot of the most impact, probably like, ninth grade. Ninth grade, I was one of them guys who was like really not sure about football as far as am I able to play with the green and white on and get on the field and actually do something. Because
Right.
you get on that field, everybody big, everybody fast, and they got big names, and you don't got no name, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like it was a real adventure for me
Mm-hmm.
because I got a chance to like come up under some real great guys that set the tone.
Mm-hmm.
And I could say like you got Craig Harvey, you got Hands, Champ,
Mm-hmm.
Leon, all of the linebackers before me, all them guys, showed me the way. So it's like when I got a chance to get on the field, it was really just me. They was like playing through me, but they gave me all the experience that I need to wear that green and white real well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what was do you remember your first game?
Do you remember your first game?
My first game was like JV ninth grade. I always had heart, man. I was always a go getter. So it was fun for me. I was knocking them out, man. Every game I was trying to knock them out, because I'm you practice with the varsity and then you go down to JV. So I moved up after my ninth grade season, and we went to varsity. And
Mm-hmm.
then that 10th grade year, I'm on varsity, and coach had a rule of cutting your dreads. I didn't want to cut my hair,
Oh, uh-huh.
so because it was like some guys didn't cut their hair, but I'm a young guy, so I ain't never proved myself on varsity yet. So I had the older guys who had more seniority than me, so they had more leeway not to cut their hair. So, but I'm looking at them not cutting their hair, so I'm like, I ain't gonna cut my hair either. And next thing you know, I'm not playing no more. So I'm gonna go back down to JV. So I did another year on JV
Mm-hmm.
and got moved back up to varsity.
Mm-hmm.
My junior and my senior, that's when everything went down.
Mm-hmm.
You was just you made a big impact, man. We ain't win state,
I know.
but everything we did today, it shows. How they
Right.
beating everybody 46 zip, and that we made that on the regular, and this
Right.
tradition still
Right.
rolling, man.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. I think about that season all the time, man, because I know in my heart we had a state championship team. We didn't make it happen. I wish we didn't take. They didn't take those games, man. That season would have been a whole different ball game, and we wouldn't have got Plantation, even though we still should have beat Plantation.
Yeah,
Oh man, you still think about that?
man. I think about it all the time. Like when I see them winning state, it's like I kind of live through them, but
Mm-hmm.
I know we should have won state. Trying to make it to state, it's like we got cheated, man. And we did everything that it took to be a championship team, man.
Yeah.
We did everything it took.
You remember that Dillard game too? I remember that game, man. I remember those refs running off the field, man. We still had time, man. Nuke made that big catch, man. Yeah, what?
Man, that was crazy, man. It was like that was so, and it's like the refs didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody ran on the field. They got scared or something, but it's like I was just. It was really like a dream because I was like, maybe tomorrow we get to play. I was like, maybe tomorrow we probably can line back up. We just do the play over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking something like that was going to happen. They came though, man.
Hey.
So I was like, I don't know about that, man. That was kind of crazy.
Man, my heart was hurt, man. I saw those refs because I forget what play it was, but Courtney threw it up. I saw Nuke. I was blocking, but I saw him I heard the crowd and I saw him bring it down. So we ran. We had to run down there, and the rest kind of got together. I was looking at the clock. The clock stopped. You know what I'm saying? I think what we had maybe three seconds or something like that.
3 or 4 seconds.
3 or 4 seconds, right? So the clock stopped. We ran up there, man. It's like the refs got together. We ran up there to run and spike the ball, and then the refs got together and they huddled up. They said something and then they took off. I'm like, that's it.
It's like they know the seconds. They know they're supposed to fix the clock.
Right.
It's like it seemed like how everybody ran on the field. It's like it scared them or something. But that's something that still needs to be challenged, man. That's we need a flag on that play today, man. Like we gotta go back and line back up, man, and get our one play back, man. Give us our 4 seconds. Let's spike the ball and y'all stop the clock.
Man.
Cause we supposed to have been state champs 2 times in a row. But they doing their thing now, though, man. So
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
happy
man.
for our boys.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, so we're talking about, your life, and you as a linebacker. So what do you remember about your experience, at Miami Central? What did you learn? What was the culture like? I know I'm from there too, but I just want you to speak about it.
We had like a couple of different coaching styles from my era, coming from JV or dealing with Coach Ice,
Yeah.
dealing with Coach Saunders, Coach Everstead.
Yeah.
But when we got on varsity, my junior and senior, I had Coach Saunders and Coach Fields.
Mm-hmm.
Coaching, I already who I was as a person, but Coach Saunders, he taught me, read. He taught me how to read the O-line. And that made me I would say a great linebacker because I don't even know why he put me at middle, but I'm the smallest one. He want to put me at middle, but my instinct to look at that helmet of the O-lineman, and when he made that first move, it was like I just knew where to go at. And I thank Coach Saunders for that, man. He made me a good linebacker. He used me for it.
Mm-hmm.
Reading helped me a lot, man. Just reading, and everything else was just you end up at the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Had Mike on the side of me, had Ali on the side of me. Had Brian, missed him, had him on D line.
Yeah.
We had Jeff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We had House.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of players, you know what I'm saying? We had Cochran.
Mm-hmm.
We had Tutu.
Toribio.
Brutus.
Yeah.
Rivio.
Yeah.
Man,
We
we
were
had a lot
loaded.
of players on D line and linebacker that made things easier. Junior,
Mm-hmm.
man, a lot of us, man.
Gotcha.
So I think my teammates, you know what I'm saying? Having a good teammate made me a better player.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Got
man.
me to college.
Hey, dude, I tell you that, man, because you remember my size, dude, man, going against y'all, battling against y'all boys in practice. Y'all got me ready, dude. Y'all earned me the scholarship. You know what I'm saying? Straight
Y'all
up.
got me ready because we both had small size, so I was like,
Right.
all right, if I can handle my old linemen, then all right, then I can handle them, and then it to be like y'all can handle us, then y'all can go handle them. Like it was.
Man, game day was so easy, both. Easy,
Yeah,
bro.
man.
Easy, man. It's that hard work we put in. Remember them bad boys?
Man, me and Ali was just talking about that the other day, man. I used to be coming in and snot coming out my nose, man. Just trying to make 45 seconds. And, man, even though you would be in your 5th period, 6th period class, your heart is beating like, dang, I got bad boys today. Or I got 10 today. Like, yo, everybody get to go home. Your heart beating. You got the butterflies.
Man, I remember those days, boy. I remember those days, man. Man, dude, Coach Pacheco, he brought that in. Coach Pacheco, I don't remember running bad boys until he got there.
Yeah, he brought the bad boy. He did. Either him or Saunders.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. But I know, I want to say maybe Saunders.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think he brought it in, though. But the bad boys made us tough, though, man. I think I came back. It's so crazy. I came back when I was in college, and I went to run with them, like, and one bad boy had me tied. I was like, hold on.
So,
like, that bad boy had you, ain't get you right.
I was like running a quarter. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I don't know if you remember track.
I used to be dying every quarter, boy. I used to be like, this ain't for me. I used to be like, track is stupid. I'm like, all you do is pass lines? Man, I want to hit somebody. I'm over here dying across the line. They ain't sit right with me either. I'm like, I'm struggling to cross the line. Like, man, this is not right. I think I need to go back to football.
Oh, I used to remember watching y'all, boy. I was like, no way. I'm not doing that. That quarter? Man, that thing was something serious, huh?
I used to be like sitting there. I used to be like, I got to run today, Coach Rowe. He's like, nope. I used to be like, yes. The whole I used to be like, yes. And he's like, you got to run. I used to be like, oh, shoot. Like, my heart just dropped, bro. Now I'll be telling Mom I got to run, and she'll come. Man, I'll come in 4th place, dead, can't breathe. I don't want to take pictures. I'm like, my shit lost. Like, you want to take a picture? Like, I can't even breathe. I can't even see. It's all black right now, man. I don't want to take no pictures coming in 4th place. I want to go back to football, man.
Oh man. All jokes aside, man, did track help you for football?
Hey, that's tough, man. But it got,
Yeah. Did they help you for football though?
you know what I'm saying? It got me fast, man. It dropped me to a 4.3.
Oh
I was
yeah.
like, what? Yeah, it dropped
Yeah.
me to a 4.3. I was running a 4.5 every 4.5, 4.5, 7, 4.5, 3. And I ran that track for that one good 2 months.
Uh-huh.
I ran the 40 and I was running 4.35, 4.37, like easy.
Damn.
And I was
really?
like, dang,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
what's
it
up.
helped a lot, man.
That's what's up,
It helped
man.
a lot.
So tell me about your process to picking colleges, because I remember you went to Akron. What made you choose Akron, and how was the experience there?
My dream was to go to Florida State. And, it came out. I was an undersized linebacker. And in the paper, they got me 5'10", 215, all this stuff here. They coming like, man, you ain't 200 pounds. And they like, you ain't even 6 feet. Like, all our DB 6 feet. They need everybody to be 6 feet or better.
Mhm.
And they were like, they'll send me on a visit. They ain't never seen me on a visit. And South Florida, Central Florida, all them offered me. And right before getting close to signing day, they had two of the guys that they wanted to sign, and they had them to sign. So like everybody who really wanted me, it
Mhm.
was like when they started coming, they started seeing my size. They was like, what I'm saying, I played big, but I wasn't the size to fit their team. West Virginia came. When West Virginia came, I didn't even know I was gonna end up playing safety in college. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And they was asking can I cover and all this stuff because I want to play slot, play like a nickel.
Mhm.
And I was like, nah, like
Mhm.
not knowing I was gonna end up in the same type of defense when I go to Akron.
Mhm.
But Akron ended up being the only school telling me that I ain't got a red shirt. You know what I'm saying? I been play my freshman year.
Mhm.
So everybody else started saying that they're gonna red shirt. I'm too small to play linebacker.
Mhm.
So I went with Akron because I wanted to play.
Got you.
And I
Got
got red shirted.
you. So was it because they moved you to, was it because they moved you to safety or something?
Man, it's like they already know I was gonna play safety when I got there. They was just telling me, they just sold me a dream, man.
Got you.
They
Got
told me I
you.
go, you know what I'm saying, I get red shirted, got there. They were like, well, you getting red shirted.
Mhm.
And I was like, that ain't what y'all told me, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
coach was like, what you gonna like what it is? And I had to stick with it.
Mhm.
Then my coach got fired that same year. So my freshman year, that fall semester, I had my coaches that recruited me, and then I had new coaches in that spring. So
Mhm.
I had a whole new coaching staff, and I had to prove myself to them. They didn't know who I was,
Mhm.
but they gave me a chance to prove myself. But they was always bringing in their own guys every year. So it was like every year we fighting for a position, but I keep my position, but it was just a battle every year.
Got you.
It was
Got you.
real fun.
Mhm. So, what type of advice would you give kids or student athletes going through that transition before they pick a college? What would be like the best process? Like, if you could rewind and go back, what type of advice would you give them or give yourself?
Hmm. My advice to the kids and the parents would be to really get to know like that coach. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like when they go and recruit, like don't just go sit around the coaching staff. Like go talk to the players.
Yes.
Go talk to them, but try and get around the players because them the people gonna really tell you how the coach is gonna treat you when you get there. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I got to Akron, my coach walked past me and I say hello and he'll walk right past me. And I be like, huh? Like you sitting at my mama's house and told him you gonna take care of me this, and I just walk by and be like, hey coach, and that man would speak back to me. I
No.
just be like, it's crazy.
Right.
So it's like being in the atmosphere, you can't talk to your coaches, you know, know what I'm saying? Then as far as like distance, being away from home,
Mm-hmm.
like that played a big part in it too. Every spring game, it was me and two other guys from Miami. So after every spring, all their parents would come. You know what I'm saying? After the spring game, after the spring, you be looking around like,
Oh, I remember,
it's too
dog.
far, but parents just be coming up for, trips like that. You just having to be with your friends. Y'all be each other's family for
Yeah.
that day. You know what I'm saying? And things like that. You know, you got. I remember hugging one of my homeboys like from the crib, like, yeah, man, good, you know what I'm saying, good game, and we family, you know what I'm saying. We ain't
Right.
got nobody to hug
Uh,
right now, so we got. We both
dude.
looking around, scratching our head, like,
Yeah.
ain't no mom and daddy here, like, come give me a hug, man. We need a hug right now, man. We need some Miami love, but. Just, you know what I'm saying, how far you want to be away from home, getting a good grasp of that coach, how he is with his players. And other than that, position, how many players in that position you playing, is it a senior there? That's gonna determine how early you're gonna play. So
Got you.
a lot of things,
You said what now?
now a lot of things going to factor, but you know what I'm saying, the atmosphere, the weather, the distance, and the depth chart,
All
coach personality.
So, how was your experience playing in the
I had a
MAC?
coach, they only. My experience playing in the MAC was.
Yeah.
I was about to say whack.
No, I didn't hear what you could talk about the coach first and then the MAC. I couldn't hear you. It kind of stopped. Yeah.
Oh, no, I forgot what I was going to say about the coach. But playing in the MAC was like, it was cool. It's nothing like the Central, man. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's nothing like Central, man. It's like playing in the MAC was cool, but I felt like I was on a sorry team, and that's no disrespect to my teammates and stuff like that. I felt like I was like, all right, but like, I feel like I wasn't on a good team, and you go do your best and still lose and stuff.
Dude.
I wasn't used to that.
Dude, I feel you, dog. Dog, when I first got to college, dude, I was
wasn't
like,
used to
what?
that, man. Like, my first game, EJ, I was like, hold on, this is not right. It's not right. I said it's not right because we playing our rival. We playing a rival. So in my head, we playing the West. They blue and gold too. Man, I was looking at my team and like, am I on the right team? Like, something not right. Cause, bruh, they over there snapping. They cutting up. They cussing it and going crazy. My team, la. Like, nobody saying nothing to me. We losing. Cuss me out some more. I'm looking to dress up for the game. And I'm just sitting here like, man, I ain't with this. And then, man, we go to the halftime. I'm like, man, y'all just got cussed out. Everybody, they spitting in y'all face, cussing y'all out. We getting whooped. Ain't nobody say nothing. Ain't nobody say nothing, EJ. I'm like, ain't nobody say, come on, let's nobody say, oh, keep. Wow. And I was like, Chevin, be quiet, because you ain't dressed up. You ain't feel. You ain't got the right to say nothing, but I'm about to say, man, I don't know, like, I'm just still like, be quiet. And then, man, they beat us. When they beat us for the wagon wheel after the game. The whole sideline ran to our sideline.
Wow.
Like,
wow.
The whole team ran and it was lined up across, and they just cussing, snatched it. And I was like, this is not where I'm supposed to be at. I'm supposed to be with them. Like, I'm supposed to be on their team. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on the wrong team, man.
Right.
Nobody said nothing. I was so bad. I was embarrassed. I went in the locker room and I cussed everybody. I was like, man, I don't know what y'all on more, but we don't do this, bro. Everybody will be cussing me out, man, and nobody say nothing back. Like, I want to, like, and just because of that, I was redshirted. So when I started playing my next year, man, every game I cut up, I had to say something, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, we ain't doing it. Every time I'm saying something, boy, like I couldn't say nothing. Y'all okay with it? Ain't okay okay with that, man.
Right.
So I got used to. I ended up being a leader because of that type of stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
I had to bring that Miami attitude up there, man.
Right.
And I remember the coach. He what's say he named the defense after me.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to defense Blue Swarm, and we in meeting do pursuit angle drill. You know, we go to the ball just regular. Where we got the ball going to the ball, and he just see me going to the ball, by moving slow, and he like that's how he wanted defense to be. He want everybody full speed to the ball, and he wanted to get with some Miami energy for the Blue Swarm, man. So I always try to have y'all boys up there with me while I was on the field, man, because I was lonely.
Yeah, dude, I feel you, dog. I thought it was like that whole mindset of what you said. I thought it was just me when I got to college, but I ended up playing as a freshman. I played D2 ball. I think we won our first 3 games and then lost our 4th game. And I was snapping too. I'm like, man, because everybody, they were in the back of the bus laughing. I'm like, nigga, we just lost a game. Shut the fuck up. Like, excuse my language type shit. But like, damn, nigga, we need to get right. You know what I'm saying? Because we better than this. And like, but people from other teams and other cultures, they're not used to that, dog. We used to win all the time. So our mindset was different. You know what I'm saying? So I realized once I left Central that everything else wasn't like that, dog.
Yeah. People okay with losing and going home. And like even the coaches, man, my coach said, hey, let's just win 6 games and work on our conference. I say, coach, no, we don't do that. We win all our games, and then that means we win a conference too. No, right. Sir. Work on 6 games, just focus on the 6 games. We automatically know, coach. If we win all of them, we automatically do that anyway, man. Then coach had an argument about this because I don't want to lose no game. He's okay with losing games.
None.
Bro, I was like, man.
Yeah.
I was in the wrong place. Wrong.
So let's talk about like maybe your favorite game or your best game while at Akron.
Well, I had a lot of good games. One of my best games I say was against Marshall. I had like 14 tackles. Mm-hmm. I think that was my red shirt freshman year. Mm-hmm. I had like 12 tackles against our rival Kent State against Josh Krebs. You know? Mm-hmm. My senior year, I had a great game against Kent State against Julian Edelman. Mm-hmm. Whacked him a couple of times. Of course, would be a good game. NC State, Purdue. Mm-hmm. My best game, I would say, would be probably, I would say Kent State my senior year because Julian Edelman, that man a beast, man. He just do what he want to do when he get the ball. Like, you can't tackle him with one hand. You can try to truck him. He going to spin off it. And we stopped him. We beat him, man. I blasted him, man. Was
he a quarterback? Was he a quarterback?
He was a quarterback. But it was like, you know how when imagine playing against Vic and the coach on the sideline, like, somebody stop him, please. It was like, it's like one of them moments the coach just called a blitz out of nowhere, and I didn't even know when he was about to call a blitz, and I just ran into him head on full speed, and like coach was just like, yes, like damn, because this nigga just, and it was just like that started the momentum, and everybody just with the whacking them, man.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up, man. So what was
I know we beat him, man.
That
was a big game for us, cause like.
No, go ahead. I couldn't hear you. Go ahead. It's like it lags a little bit.
Akron, I'm just saying, like playing for Akron, like the biggest thing is they can win, they can lose every game, but as long as they beat Kent State, it's like they okay. That's like as long as you beat the West type thing, you know what I'm saying? That's what Julian Edelman played for. He was like our rival.
Yeah, I can't live like that.
That's all about it.
I can't live like that. Like as a coach, as a former player, even like coaching my athletes, and I coach on the coaching staff, which was the same way. I went in to the coaching staff. He wanted help with the offensive line. And I saw in his office, he like beat this high school team. And I'm like, wait, coach, I want to go to state. Like, that's my goal. Like, I came here. I want to win it all. Like, you talking about beat this team. I'm like, what? And they weren't even that good. I'm like, I watch film. I'm like, man, it's a different mindset, dog. And I had to kind of teach him. I'm like, coach, let's say champions. He was the same way as your coach. He was like, we're going to win these games. I'm like, no, coach, we can win them all. Like, we don't want to program the kids to win half the games. We want to shoot for all of them. You know what I'm saying? But, dog, everybody not like that, dog.
He finna tell me I'm no loser. Man, we were finna play Virginia Tech, not Virginia Tech, but Virginia Cavaliers.
Yeah.
I think that's Virginia. Man, that's a big team compared to Akron.
Right.
But I don't care. I'm like, my favorite city. That's to me, that's the West. That's the biggest school ever. So we going to play them before the game started. My coach didn't say when. He said, listen, we're not expecting nothing from you guys. Just do your best. I was like, what? Man, I cried. Man, I cried, EJ. I was like, this is not, man, what you talking about? Man, we finna go win. And then after that game, bro, I was so mad after the game. Coach was like, man, I don't know. My coach was so proud of the defense because he like, I don't know why y'all play like that. I ain't expect y'all to play like that. And I'm like, coach, like, I don't know what y'all was talking about. We wouldn't go win, even though we got beat.
Yeah.
I was out there whacking the boy like they was any other team. You know what I'm
right.
saying? It's like, you know, like everybody. I'm not saying it was me, but we all feed off each other. You know what I'm saying? But I know I wouldn't have that mind state of like I'm a rocket.
Right.
And we did our thing, man. It just offense couldn't do what they were doing, but coach was so happy after the game how hard we played.
Yeah.
And they ain't expect their own players to play hard, and it was like.
That's
and
crazy,
then after that game, it was like, oh, okay, now we know what we can expect from y'all. It's like, what type of mind state is that? And it's just like, that's why, man, you know how like in Miami we be 40 to zip, we finna score one more time and blow you out some more.
Yeah.
Man, up there it's like they have rules and optimists in Little League. If you 21 them in zip, if you was to score another 28, you get penalized. They don't want you to hurt the kids' feelings.
Man, get out of here, dog. Come on, dog.
Yo, man. I'm like, man, I'm gonna score again, and I'm gonna hurt your
every
feelings.
time.
Like, I'm gonna get in trouble for bombing you again.
Man,
that's the atmosphere up there. So like, people gotta be very careful of which schools they choose and the atmosphere, the coaches.
Yeah.
That stuff hurt my game, man. It was like it made me a little soft.
Right. Hey, man.
I love the game, though. I love my teammates, man.
Yeah, I feel you, dog. But like me and my boy, we do our little coaching thing, and I told him, man, he ever get a head coaching gig because we both kind of left that last school that we went at. I'm trying to score 70. I'm trying to score 100. I'm trying to light up the scoreboard, dude. That's how we talk to our offense, dog. Like. I don't get it, dog. But it's been coaches around us and people on staff. They don't understand us. We have that killer mindset. They don't, they like, oh, look, no, we just gonna do this. I'm like, man, this football, man. That dude trying to hit you in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight. You know what I'm saying? You go in the fight thinking you losing? Like, what type of mindset is that?
I said Miami. At my man,
yeah,
it bred me like my atmosphere. I say professional or more a little mature, but like the hunger, attitude, like that attitude that I had in high school. Like I'd rather have that attitude all day than my college attitude.
Right.
Cause it's like in high school was like you work hard, you get rewarded. You work hard, you get rewarded. In college, you work hard, and then when it affects you mentally, like
that's crazy.
It'd be like
that's crazy.
It was crazy stuff I had to go through college. Like it was like, cause my coach was psychologist. He was psychologist, so that was his major. So he's always trying to play with the kids' mind. But a lot of kids was getting broken by that, and some was able to deal with it, some wasn't. And you wouldn't know. And I used to watch the coaches. They'd get in the meeting, and they'd be like, "All right, we're gonna mess with each other today." You don't know it. You know what I'm saying? I watched the coaches plotting to mess on EJ, and EJ coming practicing. Every coach just fussing at you for no reason. Like,
wow, really?
And you might say, coach, stop talking to me like this. They just wait for you to explode. And when you explode, it's EJ's a bad guy. But this kid don't know. These kids people got all type of problems going on, and people trying to stay focused, but they just trying to weed people out.
Mm-hmm.
Them dealing with me. I'm from Miami, so I still watch them do it to me. I just bother them. I just get myself in trouble. I just bother them, you know. Sure, y'all able to bother me? Oh, y'all over there? Oh, I done seen 2 coaches yell at me for nothing twice. Oh, y'all doing that stuff today. I ain't even do that stuff. Hold on. Got y'all. Coach, put your pants down. Coach, put your pants up. Coach, like, y'all ain't gonna bother me, man. I'm trying to have a good practice. They want to punish y'all for the run out. I'm for the sing real loud. Like, they say, they used to get mad at me. She say, y'all want to do this punishment. I used to be like, well, the coach yelling to the kids, we got punishment. I be like, hey, this ain't no punishment. Y'all get your minds right. You about to get in shape.
Hey, that's what's up, though, man. That's a good mindset to have. You like, forget that. We're going to get this.
Man, because they be trying to, you know how you had a rough practice almost over and they just hit you with a bomb. You're like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
Let me just keep people motivated, man. And, But they tell me to be quiet. Nah, coach. You able to kill the team spirit with that.
Wow.
But I had a lot of fun in college. Like my coach is nice today. I call my coach and I pop up to his house. He's like, "What you doing here?" Like nothing, man. I'm just I be traveling everywhere, so like I'm good with all my coaches still. And I love my college life, man. It's real fun. I had a lot of good memories. Got a chance to win the MAC championship.
Okay.
2005. You know what I'm saying? I was like always like kind of like the top. What you call it? I was like one of the top. First team, second team, all MAC. I was always making that. You know, every other year.
Okay.
So I made a lot of little accolades out there.
Okay. That's what's up.
Had a big old poster on the school.
That's what's
made
up.
the dean's list.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. So what'd you study?
Business administration.
Okay. That's what's up.
Business administration.
So what was life for you right after college? What was your transition like? What did you do?
It was real tough.
Right.